Oh,
Here we
snap.
go. I have to turn the sound back on. Sorry, thanks, Acadian. I had the sound muted when I went live. I forgot to push. Yes, hey, we're here, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Sorry, I did this whole introduction and I thought I was being funny and I had it off.
Oopsie.
Yeah, we were talking about technologically proficient earlier, weren't we, Paul?
We
Um,
were.
so
Random.
today I have a special guest, and this is, you can look up here and see a great number of pours. I have Angry Warrior here. We're going to be showing off some pours, just doing general chit chat. He's going to be showing some of the molds, talking a little bit about what he does, and it's just going to be kind of some show and tell. You can see that we got a number of different. I want to show one piece that, thanks to Florida Medical Detecting, able to hire, and I got to tell you, it's by far my favorite. Angry knows.
Uh,
But so anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. We're just going to sit here and chit chat. Kevin Rose said he wants to do one time too, so I'll probably do some jewelry based. So I want to kind of showcase the community, showcase some.
Hey, Kevin, I like jewelry. I
Yeah,
really
Kevin,
like
yeah,
jewelry.
all a wink, wink, and not dropping any bombs there. But
Just kidding.
anyway, so how you doing, Angry?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, I wanted to come up. We were talking about pores, and it seems like whenever we talk about pores, there's a few always come. And I know that we're getting ready. St. Jude just finished. And I know Wounded Warriors, and you've done a couple really amazing.
Yeah,
Um,
I've got a bunch of molds coming this week for Wounded Warrior. I cannot wait to get to making those.
I love this piece right here.
Mhm.
Um, oh, Cash Money pops in because FYI.
That reminds me of like a big challenge coin.
Yeah, this is a beautiful piece. Look at that. There you
Mhm.
go.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love
This
that.
is one of my favorite pieces to make. I
yeah.
love that
Mhm.
They're
design.
phenomenal pieces. And this is one of my favorite ones. An acquisition this
Yeah,
year.
that is really
Um,
cool.
but anyway, a lot of people have talked about this and talked about having Angry up, and I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. So I'm going to, hey, Wolf Metals. So let's go ahead and go through and say hi to everybody, do our pleasantries, and then I'll pull Angry up full swing and we'll start. Yeah, moderators, please make sure you're throwing in Angry Warriors link. Guys, go get over, sub him up. How are you doing on subs, Angry?
That's a good question. I don't even pay attention to that most of the time.
That's
Good for you.
probably, yeah, I was about to say that's probably a good thing.
Yep.
300 exactly.
Let's work on getting him to 500. Let's get him to that first stage, so that he can get membership. Let's work on getting him up there. Uh, all right. Somebody didn't like that. I lost us.
Oh, it's probably somebody who didn't like me. Because,
It doesn't matter.
I am a walking, talking
You
Carly Simon
troublemaker.
song.
Well, it's again, it's one of those things that I don't engage in that kind of stuff.
I'm just teasing.
Yeah.
Everybody likes me. What are you talking
Let's.
about?
Now that's an extreme. Um, let's go through and say hi to everybody. So okay, so in the portrait mode, we have Siren Extra looking for silver, Joseph C. Roxilla, the Acadian, Adi Aquati, Rose, Silver, Coin Junkie. What's up, Coin Roxilla? Thank you guys for being the Acadian Carpenter, Wolf Metals, and oh look, Angry Warriors in chat. Trip
Wolf
Wits in the
Metals is
house.
an OG.
Mouse is here. Hey, Mouse, what's going on? Good to see you. In her stream the other day. Those are a bunch of. Wolf Metals is here. Joseph C. And I think that's everybody. If I missed you, I apologize. No hard feeling. All right, so I'm going to pull Angry up. Angry will go through and talk just kind of some generalized pouring. Let's show some stuff off. But the one thing that I want to ask is, how did you get started in?
Um, Actually, I was in a stream and Lady Bluegrass was talking about having a furnace she wanted to get rid of. So I messaged her and asked her if she wanted to do a trade. So we ended up trading for the furnace, and I just bought a couple of graphite molds and started from there, and then got into sand casting and kind of went head first into it. And I've had a lot of help along the way from a bunch of different people, from Instagram to YouTube. Just a lot of people have helped me out along the way. The biggest one being Mask Man. He really, really helped me step up my game, like, big time.
Mask Man is a talented dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He is.
really understands the design elements of what makes a good design element. That never retreats. We just showed that a second ago. That is probably one of my favorite designs. It's intricate, but it's pourable, right? It's not overly complicated.
Yeah.
And it really makes some of the stuff that you do. I just look at it, and I mean, don't get me wrong. There's other people out there that are extremely talented. I can't even go through all the people because, and you got Tom. Oh, goodness, excuse me. Mako, is that his name?
Tomoko.
Huh?
Tomoko.
Tomoko, yeah. And then you got Big Red. You got Wingmaster Wei. Angry Warrior. You got Mask Man. You got oh, for heaven's sakes, Wolf Metals. Does Wolf do that? No, maybe I can't
I
remember.
think so. I want to say he does.
Even Rose. I mean, you got so many people to do some amazing stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But I wanted to bring you up one
Kevin
primarily.
Rose katana.
Again?
That's a Kevin Rose katana. Kellen gifted that to me. I freaking love this piece.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool. I need one of those for my little my silver
And
stormtrooper. I'll have to reach out to you, Kevin, because if you haven't, the wolf, yeah, there you go. There's another great one. There's a lot of people. I mean, they used to have what was the group? They used
Redneck Metals.
Huh?
Yeah.
Redneck Metals, yeah.
And there was like Silver Cooters. Cooter.
Sheree Ward.
Yep. Sheree Ward. Cooter.
Big Red was a big inspiration too, because some of the stuff he used to make is just incredible.
Dear sweet.
Oh, I just got a message from Jack Young that says, "Could these be poured?" And he sent me photos. I'll send them over to you, and I'll get the answer to that. Jack. Find out. I'm sure if we got the right design elements, Mask Man could design a mold. I'll send that stuff over to him. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, Mask Man, I give him a kind of a general idea, and he takes it and just blows it out of the water every time.
Yeah, I'll connect you guys.
If you have never seen the articulated Velociraptor or the chess set that Red did,
yeah,
you are missing out. That Velociraptor was crazy.
You know, one of the other pieces that I really like is, have you ever seen the cannon wagon that Ray put together?
Yes.
That is a cool piece. But there's a number of people who just have done some amazing work. But one thing that I also wanted to do is that.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, I've seen you go with someone playing around to art. Yeah. And again, it's an art. You know, if you look at some of the stuff, I'm going to pull myself up really fast because one of the things.
I love that.
This is me. So This piece right here. Now, again, it's all perspective, okay? Because if you turn it sideways, it doesn't look like much. But it's all done with 3D perspective. And when you frame it right, that damn thing looks like it's flying directly at you.
I love mine.
Understanding the perspective of things, it's really hard. And for him to be able to do this kind of stuff, and Maskman designing this stuff, but to be able to pour it and have it look like it's it's actually kind of flying at you, it's really done. It's really well done. I love this piece. One of my favorite pieces. Camera's a little. But one of my favorite pieces, and I don't know if you've ever seen, but what do I love when it comes to this hobby? What's my favorite thing?
Chips. Wow, that's amazing.
You know how many times I had to take a sledgehammer to that piece and put it back?
You did that? Oh, that is amazing.
This is Angry.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So this one is Florida Medical. I always call him Medical. Florida Metal Detecting actually commissioned Angry to do this piece. And I reached out to him and I'm like, look, I don't know what you got to do. Can you please ask him if he'd be willing to allow me to get one of that? I obviously cover the costs or what. And Florida Metal Detecting allowed me to have the prototype. So this is the actual prototype of this piece, but this was a very detailed design between FMD and Maskman and Angry, and the detail in this, amazing.
I just look at it and I'm seeing the part that was the hardest for me, and I want to melt it right
there.
Yeah, that compass was a turd.
I can send it back to you and you can redo it.
No, I broke the mold on the last try.
No, I know. I'm just giving you stuff. But again, I like to talk about. You guys know I like art. I like the. I have a hard time drawing a proper stick figure. I can create a video, but I do not have. I do not have that ability. My mind doesn't.
Me either.
And so I really want to acknowledge have the ability. And I'm going to pull Angry back up, and I want to show some of the.
This is where you are buying silver, not for the silver, but for the art.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, you paid how much for that?"
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you're not paying for just the silver. You're paying for the freaking hours and hours of hours.
And the sand and the crucibles and everything that goes into everything.
Of which he has a horror story he's going to share with us.
Oh no. I think
the furnace.
Yeah, you want to so you guys, if you're going to pour silver, you're looking at $31.50, $32 an ounce. And you're pouring that piece that I just showed you, 11 ounces. Or that was 8 ounces.
8 ounces.
Yeah. 8 ounces. My 11-ounce piece, Stormtrooper. And so you're looking at that, and you're like, okay, well, here's the generalized dollar amount. You're looking at $300, $350. Talking about hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
Cost, electricity, time, and then once you pour the damn thing, you have to call the detail work.
Yeah.
Right. So you're paying the artist, and I'll tell you what, honest to God, he undercharges for it. And so when you look at this, you have to remember that the person is like working their ass off to bring good quality pieces. There's no bigger critic. Too angry than angry.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so we talk about silver, so we know what's happened. But this little catastrophic issue that you had, you want to talk a little bit about what was going on and what you were doing and what?
I don't remember what I was trying to pour, but I had 20 ounces in the crucible melted, and added I think another round. And this is where I learned you have to, so now I heat every piece, because once the initial melt goes, the crucible's at 1150 degrees. So if I make some pours and I need to add more material, I take a torch and I heat the metal up before I put it in there, because if it's cold and it touches the side of the crucible, it will blow a hole in it. And that's what happened. And the whole base of the crucible fell out in the furnace and destroyed it.
Oh no.
Okay, so now we're talking about that, but what metal were you playing with?
Oh, this was last year. This wasn't what happened yesterday.
Oh no, I want you to tell people of the unfortunate event that occurred.
So I was trying to make another gold pour, and I knew that the crucible was getting close to the end of its life, but I just I'll just do one more. Famous last words, and it popped a hole in the bottom of it, and my gold went everywhere.
Oh no.
I was telling him I look like a crackhead crawling around on the ground trying to pick all the stuff.
Yeah, so again, another crucible bites the dust, unfortunately pouring gold. And so, yeah.
Luckily, it wasn't a large amount. It was less than an ounce, so.
Well, less than an ounce is still...
Every...
grand.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like,
yeah.
what's the price of gold right now? Come on. Oh, my gosh.
But I think I got 99.9% of it picked up. And didn't ruin my furnace, thank goodness, because that happened before, and that was a $350 oops. Because the furnace is not cheap. But yeah, no, it was I was more mad that I didn't get to make the pour. Like, dang it, I wanted to see how that turned out, but I'll try it again. I got more crucibles. So.
See, that's all stuff you're paying for too. You know, there's all these incidentals that you don't think about. That there's all these costs that these artists suffer and have to pay to make these things, and
the sand's expensive too.
It is. The sand's expensive. The Band-Aids for your burns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The third-degree burn.
Like Grease. I pour wearing flip-flops and shorts.
Oh,
but I do have safety glasses on.
Yeah, I got a friend that lost part of his foot but he worked at a foundry, and he had steel go through one of his boots. It'll go right through. It won't stop.
So Kevin wants to know: do you use Delft or Petrobond?
I use a special sand that a guy that I found on Instagram. He makes his own sand. He's a jewelry caster. So he uses a 200 sieve screen to make this sand. So it's super fine. And it really, I mean, you can see with some of the pieces, it really shows the details and gives you a smooth surface.
That's what I was going to ask, if it does that, yeah.
Yeah, because that Delft clay and stuff, it's so oily and sticky that it's got a bigger grains in it. So it doesn't get as smooth of a surface. So it's the only stuff I'll use.
So even was saying it. So is that the green sand?
No, it's red. He's in Arizona, so I'm not sure. I think he imports the material and makes it, but his name's Craig Dabbler. And it's expensive, but when you break it down, if you buy it in bulk, it's not too bad. It's like $180 for 25 pounds, I think.
No, he's saying the name is called green sand. Kevin's saying he knows what you're talking about.
No.
Green sand is when you make your own home cast sand.
Is it made from Solient green?
I'm not sure what he uses to make it. I just know it's amazing.
You younger people wouldn't know what I was talking about when I say
cleaner.
Solient green. Solient green. Look it up.
So, Anger, there is one piece I want you to do me a favor. On your turntable in the back corner, it's about to face us, right? Now,
Yeah.
can you grab that piece?
You talk about this one?
Yep.
Oh.
Now, this is one. This came last year during the Wounded Warrior.
It's got a
And
flag.
this is a beauty piece. This is freedom is it?
Wolf.
One of my favorites. I have mine. It's being displayed, so I didn't grab it. This was the Wounded Warrior. This was last year, and
For that.
so when we talk about this, now this was a lot of fun. Oil
This
and
one
green
was
is
all
people.
Steve looking for silver right there.
It is people. It's people. It is people.
The reason that I wanted to do this is that this was one of the ones that he did for Wounded. So
Oh, that's lovely.
we know we do a lot of stuff with St. Jude. St. Jude's over. We're looking towards the Wounded Warrior, which is in about 7 weeks. And Angry's got some pours that are going to be coming out that he's doing for this. I want you guys to pay attention. I'm not going to show them.
I don't want to look.
this was one that was done, and we had 2 people go nuts over these last year and bring in a ton of money for Wounded Warrior.
As it should.
As it should, yeah. And so I wanted to showcase this one particular piece. Number one, you guys know that Paul and I are both military vets. I support Wounded Warrior. This is going to be the first year that I'm actually on panel for Wounded Warrior.
I didn't know that.
It's just I'm doing something special for at Pedro's request. Him and I have talked about this for a while. And so I'll kind of go through. Bifrost is going to be doing an art piece. And so what I want you guys to do is really look this year when you guys are looking at Wounded Warrior. I really want you to showcase. We love the silver. We love the pneumatics. We love that stuff. Really watch the artistic pieces that people are putting up. And when you do this, really pay attention to the work that's involved here. Because the quality of craftsmanship that Angry's exhibited, Maskman medals, the designs that they've done, they're amazing. And so I want you guys, I wanted to show this because Wounded Warrior is coming up pretty soon. And there's tons of channels that are doing stuff for Wounded Warrior. But from a person who works and has worked in military medical, I worked with the Fisher House, done lots of supports for them. The gentleman, and his name escapes me right now, that is the representative, really has a heart for vets and the people who have done some stuff. The last 3 years, Angry, I can't remember the total, but it's like 300,000 that is.
Yeah, over 300. Just
yeah,
over.
and so the community's really come together to support this. And I just, again, if you get the opportunity, do you remember the date?
The date of
Wounded Warriors. It's May. I should know this.
It's Memorial Weekend, so it's.
I'll give you guys the date. We'll give you all the
do it
information.
on Memorial Weekend. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, it's the
dang.
24th. It'll start the 23rd and run through the 26th.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
We'll be putting the 3rd week in May. I just couldn't remember the date. My mind went absolutely numb from. I'll be putting this stuff up there, but again, I want to start pushing this out here now. I pushed St. Jude while they were doing their thing, and now we're in. Thanks, vote for Pedro. I knew you'd chime in. May 24th through
Morning, Pedro.
Noon to 8 p.m.
Sweet, sweet man.
Yeah, they'll do some stuff on Friday too, on the 23rd.
You said 23rd to the 26th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the actual event is the 24th, 25th, 26th, but they always do a pre-thing. And I'll be pulling some stuff on my channel as we get closer. We'll be talking about stuff. I'll be working with a couple people to do a couple special events, to do some additional fundraising, and I'll be bringing some people like Angry and Kevin and stuff in to showcase some of the stuff. because again, this is one where the people that this affects are the ones that have sacrificed life, limb, family, relationship, mental health, have struggled dearly
Yeah.
to protect our future as the United States. Not only this, and I'm proud to be an American. I bleed red, white, and but if you are a military member, I don't care if you're from Canada, I don't care if you're Royal Air Corps, if you're whatnot, if you fought for your nation, because again, one of the most selfless things that you is to put yourself aside, defend your nation. And so I really stand by this particular program, and I want you guys.
Specifically volunteer corps, even
Yeah,
though some of our veterans didn't exactly volunteer,
yeah,
but most of them
Hmm.
would have.
Hey,
yeah. So
Frosty.
again, just I want to do this. I wanted to point this out. I love this piece. I have one of the four. I was fortunate to be able to win that in the auction. And I display mine, and it's behind the case. Didn't actually. I wanted to showcase that because this is an amazing piece.
That is amazing. That is really
Yeah, they
beautiful.
almost didn't happen. Steve had to talk me off the ledge. I was so frustrated with it.
Yeah. Now, was Steve the one that designed this? He found the original
Yes,
piece for it, right?
Steve looking for silver came up with the design. So we work together on it every year. Him, myself, and Mask Man. This year's is going to be cool. But this I was struggling with this one, and I get frustrated, and I'm just like, I'm done. I'm only going to pour the two or whatever, and we usually do five total. And he called me. He's like, well, I already bought a bunch of stuff for it. I'm like, ah, shit, okay. So I calmed down and went ahead and finished it, and I'm glad I did because I'm so humbled by the support that people show these pours on Wounded Warrior. It's mind blowing, very humbling.
It's very amazing.
Well, you do amazing work. And again, Steve, looking for silvers in chat. Vote for Pedro's in chat. These folks have bent over backwards. Adam is. There's so many people who have really worked their butt off to do stuff like this. I just dropped a link in there. Please go over and sub him up. I really want to get him. He's at 303 subscribers. I want to get him to 5. Wounded Warrior. I'm gonna push his.
I gave him 2.
Well, I want to showcase people who actually do some amazing work, and I've got a large number of people. You guys seen the big monster ship piece, but they does amazing work, and so can you showcase some of the molds and kind of just talk about? Thank you for pulling that piece up. I'm telling you, that's got to be you have like 3 pieces that I absolutely love. The Never Surrender, Never Retreat is like number 2, but my number 1 obviously is the ship one, just because it's mine. And so
Yeah, you love ships. I'm a sucker for flags.
yeah, so
Yeah, me
Well,
too,
the
Paul.
American flag.
but
Not
I
all
don't know. Angry doesn't know this, but today I'm going to be buying one of his 1-ounce airplane pours. I'm going to be giving it away.
Aw.
And so you guys need to be in chat because when I pull this, I pull this. If you're not in chat, you're not pushing in, then shame on you. Make sure you're smashing the like. If you want to get more people in, you can do that by sharing. I appreciate it. But at the end of the stream, I'm going to be drawing a name, and I'm going to buy one of Angry's pours, and we're going to give it.
Awesome.
That's so awesome.
So
Yeah,
Paula got
there you
one.
go.
I did get one.
That was Angry's idea, by the way.
I did get one.
He dropped that in chat, and I'm like, the money's coming.
Yeah,
So we
that
wanted
one-
to say thanks,
that
but
one
that
came
was
out so good. I was so happy that one. There was very little work to do cleanup on it. I was very happy with that pour.
I did get one. I have a cool one that Red did for me too. Hang on. I'm gonna turn on my camera.
Wolf
Don't
Metals,
look at my.
Wolf
Don't
Metal
look.
says, I haven't found anything I don't like by the angry asshole warrior. Oh, I forgot Blue Ball. Sorry.
See
Oh,
my.
that's too funny.
Oh, why is my camera it's like mirrored?
Hold on. Yeah, hold on just a second. And let's pop that up. There you go, Paula.
Hang on. I'm gonna unmirror my camera.
Okay.
Who's holding that?
Me. How do you do this? Oh, mirror my camera. There, me. Don't look at me. Stop it. There we go. Oh, whoops.
So now point it at our boobs. There you go.
Oh, look at my boobs. So this, and then he did this.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah. So way cool, huh? The insignias. I love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was fun. Okay, bye.
Yeah, some of the funnest pieces that I love doing are the one-off custom pieces for people.
Yeah, I have so many cool pieces. I just love that.
So the question was, is it based off the number of people in chat? No, but I need you, when we get ready to do it, I'll call in again. But when I pull the names, you have to be in chat. So if you're watching on a TV, grab a phone and log in and just chat every once in a while so that it's here. But make sure you're smashing the like. That's going to be important.
Oh, I know.
I'll give you guys a little bit more warning when I get ready to do it. But I want to showcase this stuff, so I want to make sure I can give something away.
Don't judge me, Steve. Don't judge me.
Piece I did for Death's Logic for his late father. That thing weighed 18.7 ounces, I think.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Yeah, stuff like that. I
love that.
Only pictures of them because they're commissioned and they're one of one. So it came out so good. Yeah, he was very happy with it.
And one test pour, is that what he says?
No, that was one of one. I sent him the mold and everything, so it was a one and done.
The fingernail polish, right? Red, silver, I know. No. My hat. I'll wear my hat today, Mike. You'll see it. What is that?
Megalodon tooth.
What is that? Wait, what?
Wrong
Go
way.
back to that. What is that?
So that was the only spot I could figure out how to stamp it.
It's a megalodon tooth. It's 22 ounces.
Nice.
I know I've got a...
I got Ringmaster Ray did one, and I got the one.
Yeah, I got a copper one from him.
Haven't been able to drop the money for a silver one.
That's right. I remember that he did that.
God, could you imagine that in silver, Frosty? That thing weighs about 3 pounds, don't it?
Yeah. So there's what it looks like in relation to a quarter.
Yeah, monster.
It's massive.
Holy cow.
That was a fun one. FMD pushes me on the weights of stuff. I had to build a custom flask for it and everything.
Wow.
Pieces like that sucks because I only have pictures of them because, like I said, I just do a one of one and send it out. This was another one that FMD commissioned me to do for this gentleman who was a retired police officer, and he wrote a book. So that's the cover of it.
How did you get? Did somebody 3D print that or something?
Yeah, Mask Man takes a picture and he 3D prints it for me. Makes me a mold.
That's awesome.
I'm trying to find the.
That's so.
So
cool.
this is a picture of him when he gave it to him. I told him I want a picture of it.
That's awesome.
That was special.
Aww.
Yeah, but see, it's this kind of stuff that really. When I got my first pour was gifted to me, and I was like, "Wow!" Like I really like that.
Jenny.
But the gift silver, like if you're going to do that, it's a cool thing to do, but you have to look at the time and effort that people put in. Again, when we talk about this, we're not talking about necessarily the value of silver. There's a whole list of things that have to happen. Show some of your molds, because I think it's hard for people really to understand how you do such an amazing work. And again, You talked about the sand. The sand is very key, right? Gritty sand is going to be a gritty image.
Yeah.
Fine sand, which is a pain in the ass to work with, is going to yield a better image. But what, like, show some of your molds and talk a little bit about what you actually do. I love that.
So that's the SR71 mold. So it's 3D printed by Maskman. And then when I get it, there's sometimes I have a little bit of cleanup, but most of the time it comes out pretty good, ready to go. And I've got several of these, which are the flasks. It's a 2-piece flask.
Where the clothes pour.
So you take it face down, put the mold in there, and you have to powder it too. That's another thing that. So I started with just using baby powder, and that's probably one of the worst things you can use. And Maskman turned me on to foundry powder, which is amazing. And what it does is you sprinkle it on here, brush it off, and it helps the sand not to stick to the mold.
So I know a lot of people use baby powder. What's the difference between baby and foundry powder? I was just going to ask
that. Why is that the worst thing that you can use?
It's not a good. It's okay to start with, but if you really want to get better with the molds coming out easier, the foundry powder, I don't know what it is that makes it work so well, but it puts a thin film over the whole thing that the sand will not stick to it. Because the sand has oils in it, and once you powder it, it helps to. It's a bond breaker basically, but it's really made a huge difference too, because sometimes the molds don't want to come out, and
can we get
really
a like?
I don't do very many 3D pieces, but I did do the 3D pieces of the gremlin for.
Oh, look at that!
That is cool.
He's Mogwai.
Yeah, so that's
you can. And you did that for gremlin specifically?
Yeah. That's the, I don't know if this is a test port, not as a prototype.
Oh, that's so cute.
It came out like just under 1.5 ounces.
Oh, that's actual, yeah, that's the bad guy.
That's cool, though.
This is Gizmo.
Oh, that is Gizmo. Oh, he looks like he's mean.
This is creepy.
Well, it's made by Angry Warrior, so.
So cute. Don't feed it after midnight.
Yeah, and don't dump water on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a fun one. I didn't think it would work, but I was like, I'm gonna try it anyway, and they came out so good. I was really surprised.
Good morning, Kraken.
And I actually gotta send those out to her Monday.
Gizmo. That was really cool.
There was something else I was gonna talk about, and then it just left my brain.
Yeah, Sean says they're very beautiful. I haven't had time to pick up any pores yet. Been looking at it for a long time. Haven't pulled the trigger. If you are if you're looking to get a porous spot, you have the wrong conception of what's happening here. Remember that this is time and effort. This is a lot of work. These are molds that have to be created. Sand has to be bought. Time has to be done. Again, he just talked a little bit ago about one of his crucibles busting when he was trying to pour gold. There's tons and tons of equipment cost, and the only way that he can actually do this and not completely suffer loss is to get paid. And so when you're looking at doing this, just make sure you understand when you're buying a 1 ounce piece for, $70, $80, it's that, you're paying the price to get the silver to him, and you're paying for that. So again, when you look at various people that are doing this, it doesn't matter if it's Kevin or Tamako, or if it's Wolf Metals, or if it's Ray, or whomever it might be. Remember that you're paying them for time as well. You're not getting something from the mint where they print tons and tons of them. Reckless is another great one, right? They do some.
Yeah.
And so, again, it's just important that you understand where the money. You are paying for art pieces.
Also,
Say again?
sorry, I was just going to say, keep in mind that while there are some like coin shops and stuff that will buy these, the ones that I have seen they just buy it for the silver.
Yeah.
So if you get in a situation where you end up having to sell, um, be prepared that you may not ever get your money that you
Yeah,
spent. That you put
it's
into it.
not wise
So
to stack pours.
no,
No.
so
Okay?
buy
It's not
them
wise to
for
stack
the
pours.
art because you love them.
Yeah.
Buy them for the art.
The amount of money that I put into some of these pours, I will never recoup. But it's
No,
not about.
and you have to be okay with that. Like
Yeah,
I
it's
am
not about
totally okay
recouping.
with it.
I'm gonna share this again. I go back to this, and again, we're here showcasing Angry, but this is a piece that I got from Ringmaster Ray, right?
Nice.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and it's got the backpack, and I left the backpack over. I pulled it off. I grabbed the backpack. And then this piece. This piece is probably one of my favorite pieces. And if you look at this, Voldemort's wand.
Holy crap.
That's 13 ounces. Monster.
What in the world did they use to to cast that?
It
Oh, he
barely
definitely
fit
needs
in
help
his
from class.
thing. He barely had enough to.
I was
But
gonna
I will
say,
never, ever, ever realize the money that I paid into that back unless I sell it to another collector. But I didn't buy this to stack it. I bought this because I really enjoyed the art. I like what they did. I like how they did it. And so, again, I will not recommend, if you're looking to stack, that you stack Porsche. But if you're looking to buy them, and because you enjoy the art, and I was listening to Mike Noodles here, and he was talking about a recent purchase that they had made. I think it was Matt that bought it, right? He's like, "There's this coin I really want, and I'm going to buy it. It's like my entire year of coin purchasing in." And he's
is
like,
that the 55 double die that Mike was talking about buying?
"No, I think it was which one was that? It was
What was
the
55 double
heated, like the MS63.
Oh, that was like that was like a down payment on a house.
Yeah, like massive. But the comment
But he said he
was,
sold it. He said he sold it.
I
Like,
knew it, right?
yeah.
If something speaks to you, right, and it's within your means, and again, it always needs to be, okay.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do that, then make sure that like that piece you're okay with doing. But don't buy these to stack. It is not wise stacking strategy. You can have these in your stack. Okay. Mike says, I am going to buy that 55 over.
And I would if I was him.
As
yeah.
you should.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I don't know if I've got any more of the fire trucks. I think I sent all those out.
As you
Yeah, the SR-71's a great plane, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to pull mine back up. This is a childhood thing for me. I love the SR-71. I've always fascinated by the Blackbird. They have one at Lackland, and again, when you look at it, it's like, oh my God! But turn it sideways. It's not what you think it would look like, right? That's 3.5 ounces. But when you frame that in the right, it just looks like it's just freaking flying out of the screen at you. I really like that. Again, you put it in the right position and it just does it think. I love this freaking dump truck. Like, really, it's just cool. This is an amazing piece too. This axe is. Try to do this. This is my favorite piece. But the axe, like, just amazing stuff. And you know when you see something that you like, it's like definitely the Second Amendment pour, right? Never treat, never. Just some amazing pieces. But don't buy these to stack. This is not a good smart stacking.
No, it's something that I do a lot is people send me silver to use towards their pours, so it keeps the cost down for them.
Mhm.
So if you got silver that you purchased back when it was, $14 an ounce, and commission me to do the pour with that, then you're getting it for way under. So at where spots at now at $35, and if you had to sell it, you're not losing money on it. I mean, you're not. It does throw off your dollar cost average, but it's a way to get some custom pours and not break the bank. And it helps me out because I don't have to go recover silver
Yeah.
to replenish my materials. Saves me a lot of time and effort trying to
Yeah,
replace.
EMR, have a good one, brother. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you.
Bye, Eric.
Yeah, Red
Have a
Silver,
blessed
the
day.
Wounded Warrior one, that one that I had him bring up and show, one that's on the left of the screen there. I absolutely love that piece. I can't tell you that when I saw that I was like, I'm getting one. Talked to my wife and I'm like, I'm going to overspend for something. Like, and I showed it to her. She's like, absolutely, right? And it was a thing that we both agreed on, and I went after it. And I got fortunate that I got the one that I did. But when a piece speaks to you, it speaks to you, and you have to make the determine if it speaks loud enough to actually go ahead and pull.
And they're so much fun. I have some that are just goofy and fun. Like I have some of the Nemo, Finding Nemo. I've got Dory and Nemo and the little turtle, and you know, some of them are just fun.
Yeah, and it breaks up the monotony of stacking because
Yeah,
stacking gets boring if you're just buying pieces,
exactly.
throwing them in the safe, and then
Yeah.
it's just something, like you said, it's fun. I really like, and it's really changed my perspective on the art side of stuff. Like I've got a ton of pours from people all over the community, and I love every piece, every single one of them.
I have a
Really.
monkey from like the Barrel of Monkeys thing. I love that thing. I know.
All right, I'm going to show you. I got these from Steve, and I gotta find the other one.
Skellington.
Yeah, you're right, Kraken. I don't have any Krakens. That is unacceptable.
Guys,
Kraken.
I love these little things.
I don't have a Kraken either.
Look at this.
Love those. The Minions. I love those guys.
I need Bob. Bob is the one with the one eye. I need Bob.
Those are some of the greatest characters ever created. I love the Minions.
Do you know who poured those?
Nope. Who poured them?
I got them from Steve. They're for Bifrost. As soon as he saw them, he knew exactly who was going to choose it. But here is my number 3. That's the.
Just wait till you see this year's. Oh, you're gonna lose your mind.
Love that.
Paula's really gonna lose her mind when she sees it.
I probably will. I probably shouldn't watch. No, I may not be able to be. You said 23rd through the 26th. Pedro said 24th through the 26th. I won't be around if it's. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the actual auction's 24th through 26th.
Yeah, and I won't be around. We always go camping on Memorial Weekend.
Yeah, I don't know where he got them. He probably. Oh, there he is.
Random thing I was messing around with, and
that's really cool.
That's a sick piece. Yeah, I like that piece.
It wasn't intended for the axe to come out, but it just the way it poured, it was able to come out of it.
That is really cool.
It I just
Yeah,
sent
that
one
is.
off, and I got permission because this is a Reckless Metals skull, and I asked him if he minded if I used it for a mold for this, and he was actually going to send me the one that faces the other direction, but he's a busy dude and forgot.
That's
So I
Yeah,
just used
just
one like
it's a
that.
really cool piece. And there's again, the one thing that I like about the pouring community, most of you guys all get along, and some of the collaboration pieces are amazing, right? But that skull and the axis, it's just it. But yeah, exactly, Charles. It's fun. It's just people look at that. I like your Viking, right? I like the Viking helmet. You have another one there with the skull on the right hand side next to the We the People flag, or you see it in the side of the skull instead of in the front.
Yeah.
It's just cool stuff. Like there's some amazing talent here, and there's a lot of people. Vote for Pedro says Angry Warrior Porous have raised thousands of dollars for wounded. Really can't thank you enough. I really appreciate all the time and energy. Yeah, I second that. Vote for Pedro, and this is one reason that 7 weeks prior to Wounded Warrior, I wanted to make sure that. Now, Steve said if you want to show a photo, you can do so.
Well, there's a couple of them. I still haven't locked down which one we're going to actually go with. It's either
Hell
going to be this
yeah. Hell
I
yeah.
know that.
or that.
Oh, I want that piece right there.
So I'm
I
not
like
sure
the
which
other
one
one.
we're going
I
with
like
Oh
yet.
no, I love the other one. I like the outstretched wings,
Like that one.
but that is the eagle protecting the vet. That's the symbolization of that is amazing. I love that. That's sick, dude.
Yeah, so
John,
I'm
I stream 2 different streams. So I do one vertical and one uh, landscape. God, I forgot what the hell that was called. Jack Young says, "What about a counterfeit coin? I have a pair of counterfeit bus dollars that I would like to have evaluated for. Could you, if he gave you the stuff for it, could you create a pour of coins?
Coins would be hard.
yeah, coins are. But
Coins would be hard, Jack, because the relief isn't high enough on them. Like, I think it would just end up being just like no detail.
Those almost have to be stamped.
Yeah, I have done stuff similar to that as far as a coin, but it's not the same because I have to have them push the design out away from it farther, so
Yeah, it has to be higher relief.
it looks more like the Never Surrender than a coin. Yeah, high relief.
Hmm.
So like this one, this is I only did this just messing around, but
I don't know that Kevin, I don't know even what, I don't think you could get the details on it.
see that
Even says if you use Delft clay, the
playing
details will
around
come out
with.
I
fine.
don't, well, he would know better than me, but there's like almost no relief on those.
That'd be worth a shot. That way
Yeah,
Good experiment.
you could try.
Trying to find a picture of it.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to find somebody that had be able to get all of the pieces to be able to do it. So actually have somebody to create the mold, actually have somebody fan cast it, create the mold, and then create like a die from it. That would be a really cool set. Oh, there's a bunch of yahoos.
Was from the pool party at MLZB's.
Yeah, I recognize most of those folks.
Picture, and he made a mold out of it.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
This is the smaller one, but
looks like they're all frozen in carbonite.
Yeah, it's crazy. He was just messing around with the new program. I was like,
yeah, Jack, I'll forward the image over to Angry.
Just understand, Jack, that if you're doing it like trying to get like all the little die markers and stuff, those will not show. Those are so microscopic and so little that those. I mean, I don't know. some coins I could see because there's more relief to them, but I don't know on the bust halves if. Anyway, I mean, look. I can tell you all
Actually,
day
I
long.
have done it wasn't the size of it, but I've poured a nickel.
Now nickels are a higher relief,
It'll probably take me,
but I mean, I'll like they said, you could just try it, but
but I know between now and Memorial Weekend, I'm going to be swamped with the Wounded Warrior stuff.
I mean, I guess you could. Yeah, I mean, just try it. I guess, right?
I sent you over the photo. I'll
Very
have
good.
him email me a high resolution images, but
And
Oh,
it
I
was
almost
crazy.
think it might be better to like take a picture of it and then do like a 3D print of it and then cast that.
Yeah, it would definitely have to be a 3D printed piece.
Yeah. So you just take a picture of the coin and then do a 3D print off of that,
Now,
right?
when I was
Yeah.
doing the mold for this in the sandcast, when I took it out, I kind of screwed something up, so I put some sand in there and pressed it back in, and it ended up double dyeing the
Oh, that's awesome.
tape. So that was an accident, and I thought it looked so freaking cool. I was like, "Oh,
That
I'm
is
leaving it."
awesome.
So that one came out pretty good. I was Ghost Nancy commissioned me to do that for somebody, and
coming soon to an eBay near you.
yeah, I thought that looked pretty cool when I
That's
screwed it up.
awesome.
I call them happy little mistakes.
Tested a hobo coin.
Yeah, Jack, we'll make sure we get the information, and he can maybe do what he can, but yeah, sometimes low relief can be difficult.
Yeah, it wouldn't come out. I would have to have him 3D print that like he did the nickel.
Yeah, that I could see. That would be cool.
China will
Which
be offering the nickel soon, according to the Acadian Carpenter. Yeah, but no, it's a beautiful piece.
heck yeah, Kraken. About time, buddy.
Kraken City.
Yeah.
I'll be able to finish the
And I
battle.
spent 3D printed him a full on ship, but he has to put it
Whoa.
together.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
I love those pieces that take several pieces to put together, and yeah, those are very cool.
Yeah, that's one that.
This is it's a Glock 17. You can see the
Yep.
Glock
Happy little
2,
accidents. That's right, Coach's Magic.
and this one's 2 ounces.
And does that thing come out of there?
No,
Damn myself. Taxidermied. Ew, Pedro. Oh, you sicko.
I do have, and I did a Desert Eagle too, but I only did one.
Self stuffed.
Yeah, that's just wrong, Pedro. And how much would a piece like that go for?
What's that? The Desert Eagle?
Yep.
I don't know. This one's 1.39 ounces.
That was a ship, folks. Ship.
And some of them I kind of,
Ship.
it depends on the difficulty of it.
So you have to set that one as, or that, no, that's not a number. What's the number on those? What does T stand for?
Test pour.
Okay.
So most time the test pour has a lot of like messed up spots on it, I guess.
Is that like the same as prototype?
No, because usually the test pours will get remelted because some of the stuff gets screwed up so bad on them that I'll just remelt them.
Gotcha.
But if they come out decent, I'll keep them for myself. That way that because like Adam Hartman collects a lot of my prototypes, that way he can get the prototype, and I won't send stuff out that's screwed up. If there's something that I don't like on it, it's getting remelted and I'm redoing it.
Gotcha.
Well, yeah, and just as a clarifier, these are pours. They're not real. They're not real pew-pews. They're just pours. These are art. So for the YouTube wannabe grubbies, these are just art pieces. Okay. None of them are functional. Don't get all bent out of whack on me.
Yeah, I don't know how they
Goofy.
come up with that.
I don't know, because they're goofy.
I've gotten MLZB stream shut down by showing that. It was actually the goat guns. I had a bunch of those on my stage, and they shut us down. I did do an F-18. I think I'm gonna have a couple of these up for Wounded Warrior too.
Nice.
And that's what, 2.2 ounces, 2.3 ounces?
The F-18, I think it was a little over 2 ounces. Nope, right at, this was 1.96.
Okay. Jack says, I have a real Desert Eagle. Nice.
Yeah, I do too. Mine's a 44. Yeah, I wish I had the 50, but no. I'm in the wrong state for that. The F8 or F15. This is just a crisp, clean pour. The way he did the mold was, yeah, there's something about the F15.
I don't have an F15. I need to get it.
We flew those in Kingsley for years.
Do I have an F15?
The 16s and then transitioned to the 15. Then
actually, I have the F15 prototype.
How'd you get that?
Or is that the F16 prototype?
Does it have?
I think I got it from Jenny.
Stabilizers.
1 or 2.
I don't have it up here. I don't know.
Oh.
I only grabbed about 70% of the pours. I didn't want to grab them all.
Yeah, I don't have the F16 prototype anymore.
They do need to calm down, Azure.
I think, Jenny, if I'm not mistaken, I got it. I think I got that prototype. I think I bought it in an auction from Jenny. I think Jenny had it, and then I got it from Jenny.
Uh-oh. Sorry, Adam. Jenny's going to get him now.
What a kick.
Yeah, Jenny says, yes, she did. She confirmed that. Yeah, so I have that prototype. I couldn't remember if it was the 15 or it's probably the 16. So the F-15 is a big one for me because of Navy plane.
Those are the 14, right?
Huh?
Those are 14s.
14, 15.
Oh, I didn't know the Navy flew the 15s too. Air Force does.
That's my favorite is the A-10. I got a new mold for the A-10 coming. We changed the pitch of how it sits more to like the I would say the F-16.
Maybe mine's the F-14. Did you pour the F-14?
No.
Then it's got to be the 16. Which ones have you poured? Because you poured like 3 or 4 different planes.
The 15, the F-16, F-4 Phantom, the F-18 SR-71, the A-10 Warthog.
The A-10 is the next one I need to get.
The Warthog, love that.
Yep, I love that.
I gotta go get some coffee. I'll be right back.
That's a cast plane, and I love cast.
SR-72, but I don't know. They're getting a little too aerodynamic with these things. They don't look as cool.
Yeah. Oh man, nothing looks as neat as the SR-71. I love the Blackbird.
Yeah, I like watching documentaries on that one.
Oh yeah.
It's such an amazing.
There was a story a guy talks about, and I don't know if you've ever seen this. I'll find the video and I'll post it.
We talk about the ground speed.
Yeah.
I love that story. Gosh, that is so good.
Hey, ground crew, this is whatever. Can I get a ground speed check? Ground speed check over. I got you at 150 miles per hour. That's 150 miles. And you could tell he was so happy. And then hear this F-15 or whatever it is plane out of California. And this is Navy guy, so he's all cocky. And it's like, ground control, can I get a speed check, please? And he's like, you are doing a crisp 704 on. That's 704 on the radar. And he's like, and then I stop And then I hear from my radio thing in the back, and I knew there were kindred spirits at that time.
Yeah.
Hey, this is whatever his call sign was. Can I get a ground check? He's like, I have you at 1900 and something. He's like, well, ground check, I am closer to 1,000.
Yeah.
I love that story. If you guys have never heard that, I will share the link. It's one of my favorite Air Force pilot stories. We had him. We were in the military at Lackland. I was working in the Air Force at the time, and he was doing a presentation, and I actually got to see that story and listen to him talk with the gentleman, and phenomenal gentleman, and but I love that story.
Oh, that is awesome. So you got to actually be there when he told it?
I actually got to be there when he told it. We were at Wilford Hall. There's a Arnold Hall Theater.
Wilford Hall.
Yeah, Arnold Hall Theater, and he was there talking about some stuff, and there were a bunch of Flightline folks, and I was working with the medical command at the time, supporting one of the projects that they were doing. And he was like, hey, we have a special guest. It's pretty much just for the line, but if you want to go. And he invited me, and his call sign was Black Mamba. And him and one of the other guys that was a pilot, they were fighter pilots, and then they ended up flying air evac out of Aviano and Lakenheath. And they took me, and I got to sit there and listen to it's the story's phenomenal. It's very, very, very cool. But I'll make sure I put that link in there because that's something you definitely freaking awesome. Thank you for dropping those links in there. He's dropping Coin Show podcast and
love those
Charles
guys.
And those folks. So thank you so much for dropping those. I definitely appreciate you guys. And let's make sure we got about 25 minutes left. So make sure we're going in and smashing those likes. Make sure that we're commenting in chat. We're going to do a poll here in a minute. You want to pull out or that's not the podcast. Okay. Mike, you are a mod. Why don't you drop the podcast? Let's make sure that we get the Coin Show podcast up there too. Also, Mike, if you'll do me a favor, drop the link for the Ancient Coin Show podcast. I need to get with you and Aaron to get that time scheduled. I'm looking forward to that one.
I'll be wearing your hat today, Mike, when I do my thing with Jack. So when the
I'm looking forward to that too.
I know, me too. When the video pops, I'll have your hat on. So.
Oh, so I saw something.
Party in the back.
I saw something on Facebook, and I want to call you out on this. Jack tagged me to make sure that I saw this because of the conversation that we had in yesterday's stream. Big Flip with a $5 super chat. Thanks so much, brother. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. Definitely appreciate that. Kraken with the $2 super chat. You guys, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate it. You guys are.
Well, tell Aaron when you have him on your show that I'm a fan.
Costa Rica member for 5 months. You guys, thank you so much for all of your stuff. Again, the super chats are nice. We're going to be pulling. We're going to be pulling something. Angry, can you pull out a pour, or are you going to pour a new one? How do you want to do this?
He left.
Oh. He probably had to get more coffee. He's so past his time. Red Silver, 6 months. Yeah, you know what's funny? You actually had to do that on your own because you could never get one of the gifted memberships.
Oh, naughty.
No, I have not, Wolf.
Look, I'm getting ready to go to church.
Sorcerer Stan, member for 12 months. Rockzilla, member for 12 months. You guys, thank you so much for being a member. Look at this. ATS, you guys rock. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here, representing and showing the love for Angry. Again, I wanted to showcase Angry. One, because thank you. Appreciate you dropping that link in there. Please go over and check out the Coin Show podcast. But again, one thing about this is, again, we're so close to Wounded Warriors. I want you guys to be paying attention to this. And again, I am so looking forward to whichever one of those pieces you decide. You know which one I would vote for. Ultimately, it's up to you guys. But that eagle with the umbrella wings protecting the fallen soldier there, that the representation for. So I think I'll be putting some money aside. Have to bid for that one. Hopefully, it doesn't go crazy like the last one.
Yeah, the last one was nuts. That blew my mind.
Yeah, it tons and tons and tons. Yankee Stacking was one of the purveyors of that.
Now you guys have
effort.
someone that matches. Isn't it the Blue Angels or the
Yes.
that matches?
The
all
Blue
different-
Angels match.
They do it for every.
They do.
They do it for every auction. Oh, nice.
Yeah, and
That's
they
good.
Just reminded me, Paula. I forgot I already had a 4 done for Wounded Warrior. So it is the inside view of the cockpit of the Blue Angels.
Oh,
sweet.
Oh, nice.
And this one is 3.34 ounces, so that's going to
Oh
be
my gosh.
auctioned at Wounded Warrior. I was going to try to enamel it, but I don't have time. I think it'd be cool enameled.
Man, enameling it with the colors of the fighters.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
How cool would that be?
That would be badass. You know what? You probably could do it to where, you said you wanted to call me out and ask your question. I already asked your question, but I couldn't remember what the year of the coin was that Matt showed when you guys were at the coin show.
It was the half dime, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I can't remember the year of it. That thing was amazing.
It was a flowing hair.
Yeah, it was one of the 94 5.
Talk about the one you sent me the picture of?
No. This
it
is
was a 95, I think.
Yeah, this is a coin that he had.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, that freaking thing! I saw that. I was like, whoa. Yeah, but again, when you can pay a mortgage for a coin, And
I think he had it and sold it like right away. So I don't think he had it for very long.
Well, it's amazing. You get the opportunity to do something like that at school. Neat stuff. And again, you guys go check out the Ancient Coin Show podcast. They have some amazing stuff on there. Vote for Pedro. The Blue Angels have matched all but the first 2 benefits. They've been such a blessing. Their help, they push the community. Donations to over $304,000.
I love that.
Yeah. They're an amazing organization. Outside of the fact that they're Navy, which is the best service. Paul is like, bastard. No, and again, that's esprit de corps. If you guys don't know what esprit de corps is, we all appreciate each other, but the services have to pick on each other, right? The Army is the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. We jokingly call the Air Force, jokingly call the Marines the best Army the Navy ever had.
I used to do that before being deployed in war zone.
Yeah, well,
I don't do it anymore.
But when you get there, it's a family, right? It's a esprit de corps.
Yeah.
We don't do it because we really genuinely one service is better than the other. It's really just it's banter. It's brotherly and sisterly banter, right? And for guys, we know this inherently, right? You freaking rip the holy hell out of your good friend. It's just what we do. If a guy has a good friend and you never hear him pick on him,
he doesn't like him.
Exactly. I only pick on people I like. If I don't pick on you, it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean I don't want to associate with you. but you're not one of my closer friends. I roast the holy hell out of my friends because I appreciate them, but it creates a level of banter, and you know, war is no joke, and so the brotherhood and the sisterhood that is involved with being a military first responders do the same thing with. Um, it's something that has to be appreciated. So we joke about that stuff, but I absolutely, if it doesn't matter in the capacity of military or if you serve as a first in my house, I definitely you'll hear me
Yeah,
joke about it, but it's again, I respect you all. The other
Ew, Kraken.
the other
yeah,
Gross.
group of people that
we
are
do it in construction
underappreciated are
too.
the those people who have not served, but they have vets that are disabled and suffer. The spouses of people who come home with traumatic stress issues, loss of limb, they are in the support of our vets. So if you are a supporting member of somebody who's suffered at the loss of the military, whether it be cognitive loss or whether it be physical loss, my hat's off to you because it's a hard job. Being a military spouse is, and so it's an extremely hard job.
Sometimes the worst disabilities are the ones you can't see.
Exactly. So when I joke with people like that, again, it's because I love them and I appreciate everything. Same thing with the folks who are first responders. Not all heroes wear capes. That's correct. Frosty, we used to have family reunions back in the day, branch of the armed services, only one Coast Guard. The poor bastard was under friendly. Yeah, hey, they work in a service that if their ship sinks, they can just walk ashore.
Well, now they have the Space Force to keep them company.
Yeah, Space Force is another one that's the butt of a lot of jokes.
They have the Space Force and the Coast Guard sitting at the children's table now together.
Well, so here's, okay, now I'm going to tell you right now that the Space Force did it to themselves because if you're going to officer school, you're quite literally a space cadet. I mean, come on.
Well, yeah.
How many people have not thought of that? I mean, come on, really, right? Like, so no, but it's just because of again, it's esprit de corps. As a matter of fact, Ingrid, that's I might work with you on a pour that says that esprit de corps. We'll talk about that. All right. Well, Ingrid, can you what 1 ounce, 1.5 ounce pours do you or that can you do fairly quickly?
Probably the F-16 or the F-15. Are you wanting to do a jet or just any?
I'll leave it to chat.
I could do the Angry Seas. I haven't poured one of those in a while.
Okay.
What's that?
You have to show them I sold all mine.
This one?
I can't see anything for us.
I love this damn thing.
You're not showing anything.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, I'll enter that. No, I can't. I don't know. I don't think I can.
No, this is a giveaway, folks. I'm going to be buying this. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing this 4 ounce one. It'll just be a small one. If you want to pour one of those Angry, this is what I'll do.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to be my gift to everybody in chat. So I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you guys for the next 2 or 3 minutes, I want you guys to just hammer chat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the name. I'm going to pull a wheel. The reason I'm going to pull a wheel is that I've got 2 streams going on, so I need to make sure that both sides.
Hammer.
And we're going to go through and we're going to do that. So please make sure you enter something in the chat if you're on the vert side. Again, if you're watching on a TV, please grab your phone, log in with your phone. Just say hi, how you doing, whatever. Put something in there. And please make sure you're smashing the like. We'll make sure that we The links that we've talked about, we'll put those in the description once this is over. But Angry Brother, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming up. Again, got Wounded Warriors right around the corner. I will be posting tons of stuff
So
on my
cool.
community page. So again, there'll be opportunities for amazing. But don't forget that there are other people in the community.
The
like
water's
Ringmaster
fine.
stuff.
Okay, Charles, I did. I
Okay.
entered.
I gotta figure out about his cavity there. Oh, here was the. Oh my God! I forget how heavy this is every time I pick this up.
Oh my gosh.
I
That's
just
ridiculous.
watched a thing about how they hunt for those. It's pretty
Monster.
cool.
Oh,
Oh, that's what I would do if I lived in Florida. Oh yeah.
No,
From
okay.
the East Coast.
So as a kid, I had a grandma that lived in Florida, and we used to go there every other year. We would take a road trip and go to Florida, all the way from California to Florida. I've told this story many times, but one of my favorite things to do was hunt for shark's teeth. And we had jars and jars and jars of shark's teeth in our garage. All my youth, all growing up, we always had jars and jars of shark's teeth. When we moved to Oregon, I don't know what happened to those. Like, they disappeared. I don't know if my parents like sold them in a garage sale or what happened, but we never saw them. I never saw them again once we moved to Oregon. But that was so much fun hunting for shark's teeth.
Yeah, we have what's called Sharktooth Hill here. You would not think in the middle of the valley in California,
Right.
but I've worked out there for the guy because he cuts these little pads and then puts string up to section them off for people to come hunt for stuff. So we took an excavator and a dozer out there. We were prepping this area, and as I was pushing the material, he just had me push off into a ravine.
Mhm.
Every time I back up, I get out of the dozer and I go walking, and I'm finding shark teeth everywhere. It is
That's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah, that's where I see them on like the videos that I see is like in the middle, like in the middle, not even by the ocean, and like hunting, like digging through mud and the sides of hills and stuff like that.
Yeah, we're 2.5 hours away from the ocean, and there's shark teeth. I found a dolphin skull with the dozer. I might have chopped the top of it off on accident, but
Isn't not crazy?
yeah, they've got a full whale skeleton. They built a building around it because they were excavating it, and it's a full whale skeleton. It's crazy some of the stuff that's in there.
That's my grandson singing, in case you guys are wondering.
Mhm.
This is a 24/7 thing with him. He's 3. He's 3. That's a 24/7 thing. Row your boat. I'm gonna mute.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so I've got this up, so we're going to be pulling this here. I want to go through, give everybody an opportunity. I've looked through the names, pulled them from both sides. I've removed any duplicate. Go through. Give you guys just a few seconds just to make sure that if you don't see it and you're low, put it one in chat, but make sure you're looking at the name. We'll give you guys just a few seconds. Go ahead and run. Again, Angry, thank you for doing something you're not used to, actually waking up early Sunday.
Yeah.
For coming in and hanging with us, for sharing the info, for showing your artwork, and then being able to just come in and hang. I'll go through this. Yoxnav, you and Cassie are both there. Paul is there. Paul is there?
He's singing. He's
there?
singing
Yeah.
"Row, row, row your boat," and then he goes "La la la la, Jesus is my heart."
That's so
He's
precious.
so sweet. Oh, I just want to wring his neck sometimes. It's cute for a while. Bless
Mike
his
Noodle,
heart.
you are in. I didn't see for red silver.
Man, that is adorable. The
Atkins there.
threes, the twos have
Okay,
nothing
I
on
think we got everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and run this. We have
them.
a good set of 38 names. So thank you guys for being again. Please do me a favor, make sure you smash on that like. And again, please go check out um, Angry Warrior. Subscribe to the channel and make
Yes.
sure that you are supporting what he does. I'm going to work with Stephen Rose and try to find time for Keith. Talking about gemstones, if you guys like that, this guy has a plethora of knowledge. So I want to have him up and we'll talk about that. If you guys have people you want to come up, again, not just pure numismatics, but just making sure that, yeah, Katie, and you're there. You were in there twice, and I made sure that and so you guys are there. But again, if you have somebody that you want to showcase or something that you want, reach out to me. Let me know because again, I want to celebrate the diversity in this community and
Thank
really
you.
kind of highlight the hard work that is done by people. So again, Jack Young, thank you for being here, for hanging out. It's not.
It's not.
He's been chatting the whole time. I want to.
And I'm gonna do a little shameless self promotion. If you guys are not subscribed to Livecoin Q&A, that's okay. But if you want to watch the video that I'm going to be doing with Jack today, it'll premiere on It'll premiere Monday or Tuesday, tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on how long it takes to download, and it's going to be phenomenal. So just click our bell or whatever. Keep an eye out on that because you're going to want to see it, especially if you're into like coins and counterfeits and stuff.
All right, so we're going to pull the names. Let's do this. So I'm going to give away 2 items. The first one is going to be for the Angry Warrior, and the other one is going to be for something numismatic. I'll find a duplicate in the item, but let's go ahead and spin this.
You can ring my bell. Oh, don't sing, Paula.
Oh, look at this. Red Silver. Congratulations.
Red Silver.
So, Red Silver, I want you to do me a favor. Send me an email. I'll forward your information. I need your the name that you want on the package, your YouTube
Paula
name,
Bloom.
and then Paula Bloom. That's funny. And then your address. So send me that information. I'll forward that over to Angry, and we'll do. You want to do one of the 1 ounce Angry Seas?
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll do one of the 1 ounce Angry Seas. I'll cover the
Congratulations.
cost on that because again, it's my thank you to everybody for being here, and again, my thanks Angry for
Thanks, Charles.
hanging out. And then I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to do one more again for everybody in here. But I see. I'm going to add Mad Stack. I'm going.
What's up, Mad?
Being Master.
Wing. He followed Kraken.
All right, so we're going to just add them because I know that they've been there. Go for Pedro in there. All right, let's spin this up and fire away. This is going to be for a variety. I'll send a variety coin your way. Oh, is that going? Oh, I thought it was going to be Mike for a minute. Oh, it was so close. Jackalope, send me information, and I will make sure that I get this out in the mail today. So, folks, thank you all for being here.
Call it
Angry,
again.
thank you so much.
Call another one. I'll give away another Angry Seas.
Oh, man, are you sure?
Yep.
Oh, you know what? Hold on just a sec. That's for an Angry Seed. I'll leave Jackalope. Just because I think that's only fair. I was only going to do 1 pour, so we're going to... All right, and...
Good luck, everybody.
You guys need to make sure you're doing this, so... Are you kidding me?
No way.
It was meant to be.
It was meant
Apparently.
to be. That's right.
Apparently. All right. Well, Jackalope,
That's funny.
send me an
Good.
email. You'll get one. I'm going to do this. I'm going to pull another numismatic piece.
That's
there.
awesome. Congratulations.
Going a card hobbyist, maybe. Oh no, Scotty and Claudia.
Oh, Scotty.
So close. I thought Amanda was going to win. Scotty, make sure you're sending me an email, and then I will give. I'll give you a variety. We'll find one. Probably going to be Red Silver's already sent the information. But again, exclamation point email. That'll pull up my email address.
I did
Make
say
sure
something
you're including the name that you want on it, and then your email address as well as your shipping address, whether it be a PO box or whether it be. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for being here. Angry again. Thanks for coming up. For hanging out. Paula and Eric, thank you guys as always.
Mad.
We will see everybody soon.
Sweet friend. I'm going to miss seeing you this year, Mad. Give yourself a big bear hug for me.
Outstanding. All right. Well, folks, I'm going to tell you, we're going to take off. I'm going to get.
Oh, shoot. Are you done? I'm sorry. I was saying. Okay, never mind. Okay, sorry.
All right. We'll see you next week, Frost.
Bye, guys. Have a blessed week. See ya.
Thank you,
Bye,
guys.
Angry Warrior. Thanks for sharing your stuff.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So, Angry, you know what we didn't show?
Mm.
We didn't show your dangly pour.
Oh, I didn't pour that.
Yeah, you didn't pour that?
No. Kevin gifted that to me.
Oh, Kevin poured that. Oh, that's freaking hilarious.
I think Shroom Day poured it, but Kevin sent it to me. It was funny.
Yeah, that is a joke. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you're going to have to go check out Angry Warrior and ask him about his dangly pour. All right, folks. Well, thanks again, Angry. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, love you guys. Be well, be blessed. We'll see you next week. I'm dropping a couple videos. Next Saturday, I will not be streaming. I am doing a fundraising event, Clays for a Cause for Wogo. This is one that my wife does, where they go do for people who don't have the capability to support it. They go all over the world to support. The dangly pour. You know, mine's like, no danglies, no danglies. But again, so I'm going to be doing that, but I am going to be dropping a video in place of that. So it'll premiere at that same general time frame. So go check that out. But next Saturday, I will not be streaming. I will be streaming on Sunday. But again, you're going to have a free Saturday. All right, folks. Love you guys. Be well, be blessed. Take care. And I will see you